Reliction. Alluvial deposits which extend land pushing back water. Reliction is the extending of land by the natural deposit of dirt and soil by moving water, called alluvial deposits. Reliction results in accession. Accession is the increasing of one's land by man or natural forces. Reliction is the increase of land specifically by alluvial deposits, which is dirt moved by water. So reliction is a form of accession. Accession means that land increased by reliction is owned by the landowner. Related words, accession. Holder in due course. Person receiving a negotiable instrument before its due. A negotiable instrument could be a loan, for example. Given terms which allow the moving of a loan from one person to another, the person who receives the loan is called the, quote, holder in due course, end quote. Loans are bought and sold all the time. The loan itself carries value because it is money that is rented to a borrower. Interest is the rent that the borrower pays for the use of the money. A holder in due course is the person receiving a negotiable instrument before it is due. Ad valorem, Latin word, quote, according to value, end quote. There are three types of taxes on real property: property taxes, special assessments, and transfer taxes. Property taxes are used by cities and municipalities to run the infrastructure of the city. Property taxes are calculated, quote, ad valorem, end quote, or based on the value of the property. The value of a property in general is the most recent selling price. If a home sold for $500,000, that is the value upon which the property taxes are calculated. The phrase ad valorem means the property taxes are being calculated according to the value of the property. Depth table. Statistical table shows value of depth of commercial lots. A depth table is a statistical table which shows the relative value of the depth of commercial lots. Front footage is the length of a property extends along the street. Commercial properties, and especially retail properties, are more valuable given a larger front foot. So in appraisal, the depth of commercial properties in relation to the front foot is of importance in computing market value. A depth table is a statistical table showing the value of a property based on its depth. Related words, appraisal. Redlining. Illegally denying loans based on location of property. The history of, quote, redlining, end quote, is that banks would lay out a map of the city and draw lines in red around areas they would not lend to because of the ethnic makeup of the area, or the social economic status level of the area, or some other illegal basis for denying loans to applicants who live in that area. So any loan application for an address from those excluded, parentheses redlined, and parentheses areas, was denied. There are plenty of legitimate and legal ways to deny a loan. By address is not one of them. Redlining violations can be reported to the Secretary for Business and Transportation, who will act on the complaint within 30 days' time. Redlining is illegally denying loans based on the location of the property. Related words, Fair Housing Discrimination Act of 1977. Real Estate Recovery Fund. Insurance fund to pay those hurt by real estate licensees. With every license fee that is paid, a portion is set aside into an insurance fund called the Real Estate Recovery Fund. The Real Estate Recovery Fund is used to pay those who have been hurt by the misbehavior or wrongdoings of real estate licensees, according to the outcomes of lawsuits. All cases are processed through the normal state court system. The fund pays out based on judgments. The Real Estate Recovery Fund is a state insurance fund to compensate those hurt by real estate licensees according to judgments. Abstract of judgment. Brief written summary of a court decision. A judgment is a decision of a judge or the court. An abstract is a summary or brief of a longer document. Therefore, an abstract of judgment is a brief written summary of a court decision. Fee simple absolute. Completely unrestricted in any way form of ownership. An estate is the ownership interest or claim that a person has in real property. There are two types of overall estates: freehold estates, which are owned, and less than freehold estates, which are rented or leased. There are two types of freehold estates: estates in fee and life estates. A life estate is based on the life of a specific person. There are two types of estates in fee: fee simple qualified and fee simple absolute. The fee simple qualified is based on some condition, parentheses, precedent or subsequent, end parentheses. The fee simple absolute is the completely unrestricted in any way estate. When a home is purchased under normal conditions in America, it is a fee simple absolute estate. Fee simple absolute is an estate in fee, which means it is a perpetual estate or an estate of inheritance too. The fact that a home is purchased instead of rented makes the estate a freehold estate. A fee simple absolute is the completely unrestricted in any way estate. Certificate of title. Attorney's guarantee of a person's land ownership. Somewhere between warranty deeds and title insurance, we had the certificate of title. A warranty deed was a person's word he had not previously sold the property and that the property was unencumbered unless disclosed. Since many people abuse this system, it was hard to trust enough to buy and sell property. Today we use title insurance to secure the risk of a possible problem with title transfer. At some point, a certificate of title was used, which is an attorney's guarantee of title, and therefore trust in title transfer. The attorney would do research, much like what title insurance companies do today. Certificate of title is an attorney's guarantee of a person's land ownership. Related words: title insurance. Littoral rights. Water rights for ponds, lakes, bays, or the ocean. When it comes to water rights, there is the correlative rights doctrine, riparian rights, and littoral rights. In general, water cannot be owned, channeled, or dammed for the benefit of one owner at the detriment of other owners. The correlative rights doctrine says that a landowner has the right to take a reasonable share of underground waters which does not infringe on adjoining owners' rights. Riparian rights have to do with the property adjoining moving water like a river or stream. Littoral rights have to do with land on a standing body of water like a lake, pond, ocean, or bay. Littoral rights specify land ownership on a body of water like a lake or pond to be the average low water mark for the ocean, the high tide water mark. Related words: correlative rights doctrine, riparian rights.